All right, so we're live now, but just in case, I would like to check the audio because
Already
this
on it.
is our second time.
Already on it. So wait, we're live on Facebook, right? And YouTube and
Facebook,
Twitter.
yeah.
Okay. Facebook,
Let,
YouTube, Twitter.
let me.
So I'm going to us right now. There we are. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We sound
See,
good. We look good.
Mic check.
Voice, mic
Yay.
check.
Mic
Yay.
check, mic
I
check.
fucking.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I fucking used the wrong fucking studio, but whatever. I'm fucking dumb.
What, the
Oh,
brand new setup that you had for the background?
no. I used the SummerSlam fucking prediction info instead of the SmackDown one, but whatever.
Oh,
Anyway, it's all good. So we all sound good then?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this thing. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the Snug Wrestling Podcast. My name is Edgar. I'm the host. The Snug crew is all here with me tonight. Once again, we are less than 24 hours away from the biggest SummerSlam of all time, the first ever two-night SummerSlam. And we're going to go over the build-up for SummerSlam, Friday Night SmackDown, what we saw on this episode of SmackDown tonight. So let's get into it, you guys. What's up, Snug crew? How are y'all doing tonight?
Extremely excited for this weekend.
Yeah, same. Were you excited for SmackDown though?
I think these go home shows need to go home. And I don't know what happened, but like 2 years ago, a go home show was like the 4th of July. I don't know what's gone on in the last year, but these go home shows they're drunk and they need to go home. So
Yeah. I don't know who's more drunk.
know what the hell was up with this week, but these go home shows just sucked ass this week.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple. They had its moments. SmackDown tonight had its good moments, but it felt like the good moments were very, very limited. So let's get started on a high note because this episode of SmackDown started off with a really, really great high note moment with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And boy, they were playing with our heartstrings and our emotions. And oh my God, John Cena, he did the unthinkable. And it seems like we got the old John Cena back. You know, the never give up John Cena, the babyface John Cena. I guess it looks like John Cena came to his senses and realized, hey, you know, I fucked up. I let myself get brainwashed by these two people, The Rock and Travis Scott, that were telling me all these things, and then they left. They left me here by myself. That was my bad. And thank you. He thanked Cody Rhodes for forcing him into this match at SummerSlam, into the street fight. And John Cena actually said, I want to take this belt with me, but not because I want to ruin wrestling. You guys know that I love wrestling. And I'm just like, oh my God, all the emotions. John Cena is back. And man, they shared a moment. Cody Rhodes and John Cena shared a moment. They shared a beer together. No one got stunned. Who would have figured? I was like, holy shit, is John Cena gonna attack Cody? Is Cody gonna attack John Cena while they're sharing this beer together? But there's a lot of fans that think that this is all bullshit, that John Cena is just messing with people. I would like to believe that this was a John Cena turning babyface again. But I have a lot of questions about this. Like, first of all, like, how did you guys feel if this is really a babyface turn by John Cena? How did you guys feel about the way that he did it? You know, do you guys think this is legit or is John Cena just fucking with people? What do you guys think is going on here?
I got to be honest. I haven't been this stumped in a while. And I'll tell you why. Because I already predicted that I smelled a double turn this weekend. I did a whole blood drop episode on it. I'm dead set on that's how it had to be, right? Then he comes out and they pull a swerve like this. And here's why I'm stumped. They picked the Friday night before the show to have John Cena come out and go, "Hey, I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm back. It's the me you missed and you wanted. I don't want to go out the way I was going out. I want to go out as the actual GOAT, the John Cena that you all love, the hustle, loyalty, respect." And I have two trains of thought on this. Either one, my prediction is still true. We're getting a double turn, and but the thing is, why would they telegraph it here? So we're either getting a double turn, that's still happening, because if John Cena is going into this super baby face in the match, let's say that this is legitimate. He's going into that match as a super baby face against Cody. Cody has to turn heel then. If John Cena is going in this as Super Cena, I think Cody's turn is a foregone conclusion. I think he's not going to be able to put away Super Cena. And I think we're going to hear Fiend, Fiend, Fiend. And I think Travis Scott's coming out. And I think The Rock is coming out. And I think Cody aligns with them, because why else would John go, these two guys that left me here? And the truth is, The Rock never wanted John Cena's soul. He wanted Cody's. So if John Cena was the consolation prize, Cody's the real trophy to The Rock. But then that brings me to my second point. What if, and here's the big if, what if the only reason they're doing this now is because they're both going to get attacked during their match, and The Rock's going to come after both of them? What if The Rock picked another person to run with him? What if it's someone we haven't thought about yet? Maybe an Austin Theory. Maybe someone we haven't thought about that's going to come out of nowhere and help The Rock be the conduit in the ring on a week-to-week basis. Another disciple of the great one, the disciple that he wanted Cody to be. Because if Seth's aligned with two young guys, why not align Cody with a young guy? Why not align him with someone like Austin Theory? And bam, smack dab, Cody does win that championship, but now you've got heel Cody, undisputed champion. And now John Cena's got to go out as Super Cena, trying to take Cody Rhodes down to save wrestling before he leaves.
I'm during this, I was calling bullshit. I'm like, there's no way he actually means this. I mean, there's no way we get a face turn or whatever, baby face turn from Cena on SmackDown on free TV. There's just no way that we get a face turn, but we did. We apparently got it. So I'm confused about the whole thing, but I still call bullshit that this isn't real. And as soon as we get into the match on Sunday, I think it is, right? Yeah, as soon as we get into the match on Sunday, Cena's gonna low blow Cody. So yeah, I still think Cena's walking out of SummerSlam face. I just call what he said tonight bullshit.
Yeah, I'm the same way, that I call bullshit with everything Cena said, because as the entirety of the time that he was talking, I'm like, no, Cody, don't fall for this bullshit. Come on, don't fall for this shit. But now, as I relook at it, I'm like, wait, was this an actual face turn right before one of the biggest fucking SummerSlams we're ever gonna get? like the first two nights, are you seriously going to randomly out of nowhere turn him face just because he forged Cena's signature, making a street fight happen? Like, is that actually what just happened here? So I look at it and I feel the same way that Blood does. I'm stumped as all hell. Because what's going on? I don't know anymore at this point. I'm so confused on what the hell just happened.
Yeah, I was a bit confused at first too, right? But like it's John Cena. You know, if anyone is gonna have a babyface turn the way that it went down tonight, there's no one else that can pull it off other than John Cena. I mean, when John Cena got in the ring, he got interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Both of these guys have really long entrances. Nothing, no word, not one word was said. And the moment was already, you can feel the tension. You can feel the emotions, you know, of like these two being face to face the night before SummerSlam, the last time that they will ever face each other. And then John Cena does the unexpected and he's like, you know what? I fucked up. And it's just like, what the fuck? Are you, wait a minute, what? So now it's like, okay, now maybe Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. And then after John Cena's done with his promo, Cody Rhodes takes off his jacket. And I'm like, oh shit. Cody Rhodes is about to smack John Cena over the head. So no matter what, people are going to say, oh, this heel turn doesn't make sense. Oh, how is John Cena just going to flip out of nowhere one day? He's not flipping out of nowhere one day. We've been seeing these things where John Cena, during his last couple matches, where he wants to do some heel shit, but he doesn't. He drops the title or he changes his mind. So there's been like little hints of this the past few weeks, not couple of weeks, few weeks, the past month. So this isn't just out of nowhere. We all saw this coming. There's no way John Cena is going to leave as a heel. So I think it makes perfect sense, right? Help me out, Blood.
All I can really say is I'm with you. I don't have any disagreement whatsoever. This is a confounding choice. When I say I'm stumped, I literally mean it, because my brain says the only reason to turn him face and not do it on the show for the big moment that it would be in a double turn live on TV, because now how do you do the double turn? Because you've already turned him 2 nights earlier. So how is it a surprise in the match? Unless the match starts off with him actually tricking Cody and starting off as an actual heel. It's got to be bullshit from the gate. They go half an hour. And then the switch flips on both of them. But I feel like you take some of the wind out of the sails because you've already started it on Friday. But if you don't do it, and then the only reason to turn him now is because Cody's heel turn is being booked so massively that they had to do it here because it was the only way it wouldn't overshadow that there. But in my head, the bigger moment is the both of them turning at the same time. So again, I don't know. I'm with
Quick
you.
shout out to my guy, my homie from the Heel Shit Podcast, Elwood. He says on the comments, Dark Chords, and I agree. What a switch up. Thank you for your comment, Elwood. But yeah, man, what a way to kick off SmackDown, man. This really made me really look forward even more to this match. I'm super excited for this match. I can't wait to see it. Who knows what's going to happen? There's so many things that can happen here, and it's hard to predict.
I am telling you right now, though. I'm telling you right now. The only way they can fuck this up is if they just have a street fight and then it goes on. And that's it. Like, if there's no booking besides the match, if there's no interference, rundown, Rock return, even if the Rock doesn't return, fucking Travis Scott return, if Travis Scott doesn't turn, if Cody doesn't turn heel, if none of that happens, if it's literally just white meat Cody versus white meat John in a street fight for the championship, people are going to be fucking furious.
I'm not.
If it's just
I'm
two
not.
baby faces wrestling for a title and we don't get anything else that they've been teasing on and off for months, and this is arguably going to be their last match. So, because what other big show are you going to have them wrestle one more time on before he goes? SummerSlam is one of the big four. So it's like, and it's bigger than Survivor Series. So, and that would be the last of the big four in the year. And that's 2.5 months from now. So in my head, it cannot just be a one-on-one match for the title, babyface versus babyface. Something needs to happen, or you are going to piss fans off and make them wonder why you turned him on Friday instead of just having him turn during the match. Even if you don't turn Cody, you could have still saved turning John heel or back to face midway through the match.
Look, I guarantee you, after this promo by John Cena, the people are behind John Cena. John Cena, he can do no wrong. All is forgiven. John Cena gave us the super babyface promo tonight. Everyone is going to cheer for John Cena at SummerSlam. And the people are automatically going to boo Cody Rhodes.
Which is why you have to turn him heel in the match.
No, Cody Rhodes should still not turn.
Tonight. They tried to boo Cody tonight. But when
no, this is not it.
They cheered him.
This is not how you turn Cody Rhodes heel. I refuse to believe that. Yes, they're going to boo Cody.
I think it makes sense to turn him heel because everybody wants it. He's getting stale. You need something to spark the story leading into Mania next year. And you've got to build Cody as this bastard for someone to overcome. And it needs to start now.
Cody Rhodes will turn heel eventually, but I don't think it's at SummerSlam. I think it starts at SummerSlam. I think this is where Cody Rhodes is like, you know what? You guys booed me at SummerSlam, and they build up to it, but it's the start at SummerSlam. I don't think that's where it happens.
It's not the start, though. It started.
It's the start for Cody.
It started back in Mania when they booed him out halfway out the building during his match. They were turning on him then.
One thing is for sure. The people are going to want to see John Cena win at SummerSlam. Most of the people that were cheering for Cody Rhodes, that want to see Cody Rhodes take the belt back from John Cena to save wrestling, Cody Rhodes was going to be the savior. The people are not going to want to see that anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be saved anymore. It doesn't need to be saved anymore. But that's the problem. If this baby face turn is legit, it does need to be saved anymore. But here's the thing. If not Cody, then who? Whoever beats John for that title before this year is over needs to get the rub of all rubs. If it's not Cody, you have got to have someone up and coming beat him to make that win matter. I think Braun. I think it's got to be a LA Knight. I'm still sold that LA Knight needs to be the one to dethrone John.
I think it would be perfect if Seth Rollins cashes in on John Cena and is like, hey, you know, John Cena, he tried to turn and fool you guys and say that he doesn't want to ruin wrestling, but I'm the real savior of pro wrestling. I saved pro wrestling from the big bad evil John Cena.
Oh,
not Cody.
Seth isn't going to target John. Seth,
why not?
He promised CM Punk, as long as I am alive, you will never be champion in this company.
Oh, Gunther's going to smack CM Punk.
Oh, if the tarot cards are correct, my boy, Gunther loses that title this Sunday or this Saturday. And I promise you this, I don't think Gunther or Punk are walking out of there with that championship.
Lovely, lovely first opening segment to this Friday Night SmackDown. Oh my God, that was great. You know what wasn't great though was the next match, and we have to talk about it. You know what? I'm not even gonna say all that. I'm not gonna say it wasn't great. It was all right. Julia versus Selena Vega, Women's United States Championship. Julia has been champion for about a month now, and I couldn't even tell you, but maybe Toxic, you have a really good memory when it comes to these things. I believe this is Julia's first title defense since she's been Women's United States Champion, and it was versus Selena Vega. Man, Selena Vega, they made her look really good in this match, man. Like they made her look really strong. She kicked out of everything. Julia had to fucking really give everything that she had to put down Selena Vega. But Julia did retain in this match. What did you guys think about this match? And, Julia still being Women's United States Champion.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a crowd this behind Zelina since Puerto Rico. Okay, against Rhea. This, say what you will, but man, they were cheering tonight. That match got "This is awesome" chants, my guys. A Zelina Vega match got "This is awesome" chants in the year of our Lord 2025. And I'm not saying Zelina is a bad wrestler. She's not. She's actually a very talented performer. But she's not known for her wrestling. She's known for her cosplay. She's known for being attached to Rey Mysterio. She's known for being Aleister Black's wife. She's known for being a very short, cute Puerto Rican girl. But tonight, they knew her as a contender. And I think Julia and her had a very good match. I think they had a match better than anybody gave them credit for being able to have. That butterfly suplex spot actually popped me. We don't see too many butterfly suplexes. And I thought the kick out was a shock. I was like, y'all actually booked Zelina to kick out of that. Oh, 2 Rivaderches, and then the finish, and she still kicked out. And I thought it was great. They sold the shit out of it. Why couldn't you let if these were the matches Zelina was capable of having when she was US champ, you should have kept it on her longer and then let her have these types of matches, and people would have loved her as champion if this is what they were going to get. But I'm also aggravated at this match. Why has Julia been champ for like 32, 33 days? And this is her first 34 days, and this is her defense, her first ever defense, and it's against the girl she took it from. I forgot Julia was champion until I saw the match. I'm not even going to lie. And that's a huge disservice to Julia, who should be getting booked in a way that I'm remembering her fucking name and what's on her waist. So WWE needs to do better and book their mid-card division better, but they need to book their women's divisions better, because these girls, there was the rumor that, or the report that apparently Nikki Bella suffered an injury from one of her breast implants on the 28th of July. Okay. And I saw in the comments, someone said, well, that's because she wanted to step back in the ring and forgot that this isn't the Divas era anymore. It's not cat fights anymore. You're actually wrestling real, legitimate athletes now. And though I think that's a huge insult to the women of yesteryear who were still great athletes, they were just not given time to prove it. It goes to show that no matter where you stand on the card, there is legitimate talent across the board. And these women deserve to be booked the way the fucking women's evolution showed they needed to be booked. And tonight was one of those matches. I would love to see this continue, but you've got to book this title scene better. But these girls killed it.
Yeah, this match was, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I wouldn't say it was bad either. This match was great, and I think putting Kiana James returning from like forever, I'm pretty sure the last match she had was a 2024 Money in the Bank qualifying match. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, and that was on Raw. So it's been a while since we've seen her, and I think it was the smart decision putting her with Julia, having her basically be like her representative. I think that's what they called her. Um, I think that was a smart decision. Um, Other than that, not a lot of thoughts about the match. I just think everything that they're doing with Julia, other than her holding it for 34 days and this being tonight being her first defense, that's a little bullshit. But other than that, I have not a lot of thoughts about this.
Same here, honestly. It's pretty much been said this is not match of the night by any means, but it is a close contender compared to what we had tonight. It just is fact there. It's not match of the night, but it's definitely close. Because tonight was just dog shit across the board, pretty much. But I'm with Blood on this when he says that they need to be booked better. Because it's true. One of the biggest complaints that I had as soon as they announced this match for tonight is Women's Intercontinental is at SummerSlam. Okay, that's perfect. What the fuck are you doing with the Women's United States?
It's easy. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre facing Jelly Roll and Randy Orton in the slot where that match should be.
Yeah. It's like these women's mid-card titles deserve more. It's like the U.S. title deserves just as much as what the Intercontinental title is getting. This title is not being booked as it should. And it hurts to say that. The fact that the Women's Intercontinental title is being defended more often than the Women's United States. It sucks to see that. It needs to be booked better than it is.
I completely forgot Kiana James was in this whole thing. I mean,
forgot she existed.
she's basically the manager, right, for Julia. I believe, Julia, her English isn't that great. I'm pretty sure, because she's from Japan, right? So, I think it's a smart idea to give Julia a manager. Um, Only like the really important people get managers, so that's a good look for Julia. But like, can Kiana James even cut a promo? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not really familiar with her NXT days, so but a very interesting duo there. But let's move on. Enough about that. Solo Sokoa, the MFTs, they had a backstage interview where they were asking about the cage because at the beginning of the show there was a cage hanging from the top of this, of the ring, and I'm thinking, well, this isn't the MetLife Stadium. Why is there a cage here? Maybe they're gonna have a dark match where there's gonna be a cage match off TV, but who was it? The interviewer here, was it Kathy? What's her name? Kathy Kelly? Or anyway, that's not important. Point is, they asked Sol Sokoa if he had ordered for the cage to be placed up top. Where Sol Sokoa said, "No, do I look like a ring crew to you? No, I'm just worried about my MFTs and my US championship." So I thought that was really interesting. It was also to announce the match between Tala Tonga and Jimmy Uso. So we got to see the United States champion here. Just really quick before we move on, is there anything that stood out to you guys about this interview that's worth mentioning?
No.
All right. The next match, my boys, finally, my boys, the Garzas are getting some light. They're getting some attention on SmackDown. The AAA Tag Team Champions, Los Garzas, had an open challenge to whatever tag team in the locker room wanted to face them. And first, before we get into the match, I'm so excited about this whole AAA thing. And I saw reports that Triple Mania is going to be on YouTube, which I can't wait to see because I can actually watch it now. I don't have to get a VPN or do none of that extra shit. I'm excited for AAA. Um, it's just such a great time right now in the WWE and pro wrestling. That is probably something that we're gonna have to start focusing more on, you guys. If we're able to watch AAA, I would like to cover it eventually. But their surprise opponents were Mystery Iguana and Psycho Clown. Mystery Iguana got a huge pop. This is their SmackDown debut, so they got to be on the main roster on SmackDown on a Friday night. So we got to see AAA being highlight on national TV on WWE programming, and I thought that was fucking great. And to top it all off, the Garzas got the win. They retained the AAA Tag Team Champions. I'm so fucking pumped for all of this. But what did you guys think?
The first thing that came to mind when I saw this match was the Garsts have been in WWE so long. WWE finally cracked and said, fine, we'll buy a whole other promotion just to finally make y'all a champion. So they had to buy AAA just to put some titles on these guys. I'm like, talk about taking the long route. I thought the match was fine. I'm not unimpressed by the Garzas or Santos. WWE's given me no reason to care about them for the last like 3.5 years. So it's hard for me to care now. And then I don't watch AAA. So now you tell me all of a sudden they're the AAA champions. And my thought goes, and I give a shit why? And then, the last time I gave a fuck about Santos Escobar was when he was feuding with Ray in what I thought was a good storyline breakup and, everything else. I really thought that was going to go somewhere because he had some great fanfare. I think he's a better babyface than he is a heel, to be honest with you. I think that's why I just don't connect with the Garzas, Las Garzas, or whatever the fuck their group is called, Delgado Phantasma or whatever. But Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown, I thought it was fun to see, gimmicks that reminded me of like mid 2000s WWE in a way. But like, the Boogeyman or or Santino Marella, like gimmicks like that take me back to gimmicks. But like it was the first time I've ever seen him wrestle, and I was slightly impressed until the match really kept going. And then I saw botch after missed time, after miscommunication, after botch. And the whole match was just a series of holding and pausing to make sure they were lining up their timing, messing up on springboards, damn near messing up the fucking finish. There was supposed to be a crossbody that was supposed to be reversed. One guy went for a catch. The other one went for a big boot at the same time. And then somehow that ends up in their finish. And I was like, 1, 2, 3. And I was like, did y'all talk about your match ahead of time or not? Because what the fuck was that? I thought it was not a good showing at all for a debuting Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. It gave me Sin Cara vibes. It gave me here's a trivia question here's a trivia name answer y'all won't know. Kazarni. It's giving Kazarni. Exactly, Toxic. Who is Kazarni, kids? Google Kazarni. Google his WWE debut. You'll be shocked. But I was like, this isn't a good showing for your AAA tag champions or these guys because they had an off night. And I was like, okay, I don't want to see this again. Click.
Oh my god, I get to see my favorite. I'm kidding. No, my favorite Mr. Iguana isn't my favorite luchador, but close second. I'm glad we got to see him tonight. I I, I didn't know, I didn't expect. I said this before we went live to Snug. I thought it was going to be someone from Raw or NXT because the Garzas and Santos, um said something on social media. Anyone from Raw, NXT, AAA, hell, even I think they said TNA or Smack TNA. I'm pretty sure, and SmackDown. I thought it was going to be someone from Raw or NXT. Maybe like have the current NXT tag team champions, Hank and Tank, have them come up and show what they can do. But I'm glad it was Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana. What I would like to see is them get signed to the WWE, but work on their ring work a little bit because yeah, it was something. Mr. Iguana's performance was way better at Worlds Collide, and so was Psycho Clowns. But I like the match. I like the match. Really, I do.
Between the boring dog shit that was all night, I think this is match of the night for me. Despite all of the mistimings, the botches here and there, all of that, I think that the ranking for me goes this, the United States title, and then Jimmy and Hikuleo. This night was just not good at all. But I will say that for their first appearance, not bad. Going head to head with the Garzas, who have been here for quite some time now. People have wanted Mr. Iguana to show up on the main roster. Here you go. There's Mr. Iguana over here crawling on the ground like he's the boogeyman. And I found that hilarious. I was laughing my ass off the entirety of his entrance. Because you've got Psycho Clown over here high-fiving everybody, and then you've casually got Mr. Iguana just crawling on the floor all the way to the ring and then crawling up to the Garzas. I just found that absolutely hilarious. But yeah, for me, this was easily match of the night between the three matches that we had.
Damn, we only had 3 matches the whole night.
I think so. There was the United.
Yeah,
There was the.
that sounds right. I just it just sounds crazy to hear.
It was mostly promo shit tonight. Again.
Yeah. Well, I gotta disagree with you, Mr. Blood. I thought this was a great showing for the Garzas. Yeah, I I don't really care to see Mr. Iguana on WWE TV again, but it was cool for a one-off. The people popped, it was entertaining, but that's about it. I don't think that we have to see Mr. Iguana every single week on SmackDown moving forward, but um the thing about this is that you see the AAA tag team champions on WWE programming, right? When the Garzas go to Mexico, it's going to be a big deal in AAA. The fans are going to react to the Garzas. Why? Because, oh, these guys are from WWE. These guys, they just beat Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown, who's one of the biggest stars in AAA, and the fans are going to react to the Garzas. And the WWE fans are going to be like, holy shit, look at how the fans in Mexico react to the Garzas. Look how much they care about the Garzas. And that's going to reflect back on the WWE audience like, oh, these guys are a big deal. So I think that it sheds a lot of positive light on the Garzas, the AAA tag team champions, and they're a great tag team. I've been saying this for the longest fucking time. These guys deserve the spotlight in the WWE. So it kind of works for them in both ways. It works for them in Mexico when they go to AAA, and it's going to benefit the Garzas when they're in WWE. So besides the whole, the botches or whatever, yeah, Mr. Iguana got a little bit too excited and he fucked up. Yeah, but luckily the fans are really forgiving nowadays and they still pop for Mr. Iguana even after the fact. But I was really happy with all this. I wouldn't say match of the night, but I was really happy with this match here. Um all right. What do we got next? Oh, this was match of the night for me. Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. This match was so good. We got two badass motherfuckers in Aleister Black and Damian Priest. And they had one hell of a match. They beat the fuck out of each other during this match. Everything they did was beautiful. It made sense. You know, it was hard hitting. It was everything that you want to see in a pro wrestling match, in my opinion. I was really excited for it. It ended in a disqualification because Aleister Black decided that I want to hit Damian Priest over the head with the steel chair. Okay, DQ, fine. This match, I didn't care who won out of this one. I just wanted to see them just beat the crap out of each other. I wasn't sure how it was going to end. Aleister Black, he's, been built up really good. Damian Priest, former world champion, total badass. I didn't care who won here. I just wanted to see them go at it. But they went with the DQ finish where Aleister Black beat the crap out of Damian Priest after the match. And after the match is where this all went downhill for me. Because it's like, first of all, we see these finishes all the time. All right, they're overdone. It's like nothing new, and they're gonna build this feud up. But I mean, there's different ways that you can do it. But they went with what they did, and the referee was just standing there, not doing nothing, not even ringing the bell. Aleister Black was just beating the crap out of Damian Priest. No security, no nothing, no pull apart, no chaos. No, it's just, oh, Aleister Black. Yeah, he's just going to beat the crap out of Damian Priest. Okay, and we're just going to let it happen, and everyone's just standing there watching, and it's just like, what the fuck? So, the afterbirth after the match was kind of bullshit to me, but this match before all that was really fucking great. But what did you guys think?
I'm with you. I think this was probably match of the night. Just because I'm a massive Damian Priest fan. I also really, really like Aleister Black. I've loved his presentation since his NXT days. I think that even though this feud really kind of came out of nowhere, only because Aleister was having a problem with R-Truth, which, by the way, speaking of all this shit, where the fuck has R-Truth been? That's the thing. They made such a big deal about turning him into Ron Killings, and he got like 2-3 weeks of fanfare, and I haven't seen this dude, I don't think, once in July on WWE TV. Maybe in the first week, but I haven't seen R-Truth, Ron Killings, in a minute. So for me, the most aggravating part about this feud is the fact that this feud didn't even start because Aleister and Damian had a problem. It started because Aleister had a problem with R-Truth. And now R-Truth hasn't been seen in almost 4 weeks. I don't know if they disappeared this man, fired him again, what? But they've already dropped the ball with Ron Killings just to give Aleister some fanfare. Finally decided, you know what? I think he is a heel 2 weeks ago after he's been in the company, back in the company for 3 months. But this match was great. But I don't like that they keep letting, you can't sit here and sell me Damian as this ultra violent, cool punk rock goth badass. He got his ass beat by the Judgment Day before he finished that feud. He got his ass beat by Gunther in that feud. He got his ass beat by Drew McIntyre before he finished that feud. He got his ass beat by Jacob Fatu before he finished that feud. And he's getting his ass beat week in and week out by Aleister Black. And I'm sitting here thinking, can y'all stop farming him out for ass kickings? Isn't he supposed to be a badass? Isn't this the same guy that y'all had take on every male member of the Judgment Day on his own and lay them all out flat multiple times? So he can do a 4v1 and win, but he can't do a 1v1 and win. Where's the logic in that? The booking's weird. And the DQ finish, it's not that it's lame. It's just like, we had like, what, 3 matches tonight? We couldn't get one show where even if with 3 matches, all of them got a finish. So like, come on. It's stupid. And it's not like they're doing anything, 4 matches. And it's not like they're doing anything at SummerSlam. Okay. So why again is Damian Priest in this feud? Where's Ron Killings, who was originally the catalyst for this feud in the first place? Okay. The Miz hasn't gotten back involved either. He got his teeth kicked down his throat. He was a part of this. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. It's like you guys are just throwing people in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And then you expect us to forget about it. And I think the worst victim, aside from Priest's freaking credibility in this feud, is you gave the fans what they wanted in Ron Killings, R-Truth, just to stop utilizing him after 3 weeks. And now he's fallen prey to, got nothing for you, brother. Catering's down the hall. So I'm annoyed by this because of that.
Yeah, now that you bring it up, I'm also wondering where the hell R-Truth or Ron Killings or whatever the hell you want to call him. I'm wondering where he is during this. But I find this I didn't not like the match, but I didn't like it either. Mainly because, I mean, yes, them two, Joe said it on commentary, they're 2 of the best strikers on the SmackDown roster, actually probably in the entire WWE roster. But it just felt weird. I felt like this should have been at SummerSlam. It should have been. It's weird. You know what? The 4 people I feel like should have been on the SummerSlam card that weren't were Priest and Alistair, and 2 people that weren't even included. So I'm not even gonna say their names. But them 2, this match should have been on the SummerSlam card. Am I wrong or am I right?
It should have been the street fight.
Ex- we should have had 2 street fights, and that should have been Cross and Sammy and this fight and this match. Those should have been the 2 street fights, not whatever the hell we got. But anyways, I have mixed feelings about the match. But no, not really any complaints other than this should have been at SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. This should have been at SummerSlam. But clearly, I completely forgot this match even existed. I named all the other matches and completely forgot about this one. I do change my mind. I am with you. This was match of the night. But yeah, I completely forgot this match existed because of that ending. The fact that Priest just got beat down as much as he did, it kind of made me completely forget that this match even happened. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that was a pretty short match for a DQ to happen. And then for Priest to once again get beat the crap out of. Like he has over and over and over again. Figure out a different thing to do with his feuds besides getting him beat the crap out of. Please figure something else out. Because this is getting a little bit repetitive to the point where we're starting to notice a pattern.
All right, y'all. The WWE TV debut of Talatanga versus Jimmy Uso. Okay, I don't even know where to begin with this one. I didn't like it. I didn't like this debut for Talatanga. I felt like he's a big guy. He's a fucking monster. He's a beast. He sold way too much for Jimmy Uso. I mean, I love Jimmy. I'm sorry, but he's 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 Jimmy is not a top guy. I get it. He's I don't want to say he's a jobber, but he loses a lot. I felt like Talatanga. This was it. This is his big debut. This is the first time that people get to see him wrestle on national TV. This is the first time that I've ever seen him wrestle, ever. He should have been more controlling, more convincing. Talatanga should have been more physical, more powerful, more convincing. And it took Talatanga so long to beat Jimmy Uso. And I love Jimmy. I know he's, they're kind of protecting Jimmy, but this should have been the match to set a statement that Talatanga is a threat to be reckoned with. And that wasn't the case. He looked goofy in this match. He looked off. His strikes, his kicks weren't that convincing. It was just not a good debut for Talatanga, in my opinion. He got the win. He got the choke slam on Jimmy Uso, but I'm not happy with this is your first showcasing, and he didn't really look that strong, in my opinion. But and then after the match too, the cage, we find out who was behind the cage that was on top of the ring, and it was Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa just waves at somebody, and he's just like, lower the cage, lower the cage. And I'm like, okay, so whoever's working for the WWE just said, hey, okay, I'm going to lock Jimmy Uso up in a cage with Solo Sikoa and 3 other guys, and we're just going to let this happen. We're just going to just because Solo Sikoa says lower the cage, we're going to lock Jimmy Uso in a cage, and we're going to let Solo Sikoa and his crew beat him up. All right, whatever. Who does Solo Sikoa know backstage? I don't know, but Solo Sikoa is just waving down some mystery person and lower the cage for him. Okay. Then Jacob Fatu hits the ring. And Jacob Fatu, he's standing in the middle of the ring versus 4 other guys, and Solo Sikoa and Talatanga. Solo Sikoa, the United States champion, and Talatanga, the biggest motherfucker in that whole group, run out of the cage. When you're standing against one guy versus 4 guys, 2 of your biggest threats in that group run out the cage, and you leave JC Mateo and the fucking other guy, whatever the fuck his name is, in the ring by himself with Jacob Fatu. I know Jacob Fatu, he's a big threat, he's a badass, whatever, blah, 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 but it's 4-on-1. 4-on-1. What the fuck? Mr. Blood, what did you see?
I saw a lot of tired ass stupid booking. Because I'm sorry, 4-on-1. I don't care how I don't care if you do the whole WWE security, we all take turns running one at a time into an RKO type of bullshit. Just jump them at once. The only time WWE ever books a spot where someone gets jumped at once is when you have the one heel standing in the middle of a circle of baby faces, like, oh, wait, hey, we're cool, right? Hey, and then they all just jump him at the same time. That's the only time you ever see them logically jump in professional wrestling, okay? No, you got to go the security route. One at a time. RKO for you. Are you next? RKO for you. Are you next? How are you going to sell this RKO? RKO for you next. Like, that's how WWE does shit. And I'm just like, bro, between the 4 of you, there is at least 1,500 pounds in this ring. Okay? One of you go for his legs, one go for the arms, one tackle him to the ground at the waist, and the other one hold his head down and just Chicago street style mug the dude. That's all you gotta do. You think that Jacob has the strength of 4 men, my guy? Jacob is probably 5% stronger than Solo Sikoa probably is realistically in real life. They're about the same size, okay? And they have nearly the same body type. So if Jacob's stronger than Solo, it's not by much. I sure as shit do not believe Jacob is stronger than Tala Tonga. So as far as it's concerned, what the fuck? And as far as the match, bro, okay, you could have had him squash anybody to prove a point. Stop feeding Jimmy to people. And if you're going to debut someone, do not make them sell their ass off. I love Jimmy. I know he's a veteran. Do not have the guy you're trying to paint as an unstoppable force bump like crazy and sell like crazy just because Jimmy's a vet and you want to protect him. Jimmy's smart to the business. Jimmy knows that the smart booking is to get his ass kicked and sell his ass off for Tala Tonga. Even though the great Khali could not wrestle out of a wet paper bag with the entire back of the bag cut out of it, John Cena, the fucking Undertaker, Triple H sold their asses off for great Khali when he debuted. Like, they legit made him look like an absolute threat in that vice grip with the Khali bomb. Like, it's not a stretch to think that Tala Tonga couldn't whoop the shit out of Jimmy. We've seen Sammy kick Jimmy's ass. So I believe Tala Tonga can do it. And as far as Tonga Loa, I'm at the point where I'm like, look, at this point, we were talking about nepotism hires last night. Sometimes there are great nepotism hires. Sometimes there's not. Because Tonga Loa, I don't think he needs a contract. No offense to the guy. But he should be at NXT. Or he should be in NWA or TNA or somewhere else. Why is he on WWE TV? He never has matches. He botches half the fucking time. He was injured before his first year was even over. Why does that guy got a contract? It seems to me like he is a warm body for you to put into place as fodder for Solo. I'm starting to feel like eventually, in a year's time, we might be saying the same thing about Tala Tonga. We might be saying the same thing about JC Mateo. Because so far, I have no reason to feel like these guys are, the only thing threatening about any of them is their size. But their wrestling ability has been very subpar for quite some time. And I'm not into this anymore. And I know it's the WWE style, but shit, man, show me something, bro. Because right now, I'm looking at 3 people that wrestle the exact same. Solo, Jacob, and JC. Vanilla ass shit.
I only have one issue with this, and it's the fact that Jimmy Uso hasn't gotten a title, a singles title yet, but Jay has gotten 2. No offense to Jay, but holy fucking shit, he's won 2 while his brother has won 0. Give Jimmy the push he deserves. That man deserves a push. He has been in the ring the same amount of time that Jay has. Give the man a title. Have Solo defend a SummerSlam and have Jimmy take it off of Solo. That's what should have happened in the Solo and Jimmy's first match for the title. That's what should have happened. Jimmy should have taken it off of him. Oh, but it's his first title defense. I don't give a damn. Give that man the United States. Actually, it should. Hold on. LA Knight shouldn't have had a second ring with the United States Championship. Jimmy should have been the one to take it off of Shinsuke Nakamura, either at Elimination Chamber or at WrestleMania. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't give Jimmy the title right now, he will start getting stale, and he is already fucking stale.
If there was an award for worst match of the night and most boring match of the night, this match would win both of them. That is how bad this match actually was. It was not good. Jimmy deserves so much more than what he is being given. He needs to stop being feeding fodder for everybody else and actively be pushed more than he already is. Now, when it comes to the ending, Solo makes sense to run away. Because that message to Jacob was, hey, you ain't touching me. You're not touching me till our match. But Hikuleo, the biggest motherfucker in that entire group, and you're going to have him run away? No! Like, Solo, okay, I'll give him that. Not Hikuleo, man. Come on. It is one dude. One. I get that you were fresh out of the match, but it is one dude, and you are the biggest man in that entire damn group that you could easily take him on your own, dude. Like, what the hell was that? This entire thing just frustrates all of us because it makes no damn sense. The only one that had an easy reason to run away is Solo. That is it. Why the hell did Hikuleo run? Just gonna put that there.
I just have one question when it comes to all of this, and let's try to keep it brief. But if this is like the types of matches that we're going to be getting from Jimmy Uso, and I understand that he's a veteran and everything, right? But do you guys just want to see Jimmy Uso get a title because Jay Uso has a title, and it's like, well, they're twins and they've been in the business together. They've been in the business at the same time. Jimmy deserves it. But like, if we get a Jimmy Uso title run and we just get these types of matches, is this really what we want to see from a title run? Is these types of matches that we're getting from Jimmy Uso?
I'll keep it quick because we're running out of time. It's, for me, honestly, it's 50-50. 50% because I think he deserves it after all this time, and I believe he truly should have won it at WrestleMania. I truly believe that both him and Jimmy and Jay should have both won gold at Mania so they could have been in the ring together as brand new champions together to share that moment together. 1 year removed from when they were facing each other at WrestleMania. I think that would have been perfect. But the other 50% of me truly believes Jimmy would be a great champion. I'm not expecting him to have, a fucking 5-star Tokyo Dome match, but I'm expecting him to be entertaining and defending that title regularly and people to care that he's the champion because they care about the Usos. And the title needs to be worn by someone the fans give a fuck about, and it ain't Solo.
Fair enough. All right. Go ahead, Toxic. You want to add?
Yeah. I actually believe if Jimmy got the United States Championship, he would turn that title into a workhorse title because I feel like he would do what Jay should have done with the Intercontinental Championship and defend it weekly, like almost basically like every show, almost every other show, like every show to almost every other show. So I feel like he deserves that title soon.
I don't think I need to see a Jimmy Uso match every Friday night or every other Friday night, but that's just me. Let's go on to the main event. And I can't believe that this was actually possible, but they made me not care about Logan Paul or Drew McIntyre. It's just, okay. So the biggest pop that I got from this segment was when Logan Paul started off his promo and he called out Green Shirt Guy. And he told him to shut up. You're so annoying. And I popped big for that. But the rest was just like, yeah. So Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, they're going back and forth, just talking shit. And then they show a black SUV on the big screen. And out comes Jelly Roll, surrounded by security guards already. And he's with Randy Orton. So Jelly Roll and Randy Orton hit the ring, and they just start fighting right off the bat. All four of these guys. And this is when they decided this is when we need security. They didn't bring out the security for Damian Priest and Aleister Black. Okay. Because they wanted to save it for the main event. It's the last segment of the show. They want to make, chaos and, drama, whatever. Fine. But you're telling me that they need a whole team of security to break up a fight with Jelly Roll because they can't control Jelly Roll. And Jelly Roll is this madman who can't control his anger, and they need security guards to hold Jelly Roll back from beating up Logan Paul and Drew fucking McIntyre. All right. So that happens. Security hits the ring. And then Randy Orton and Jelly Roll are left standing in the ring with the security guards. And then Randy Orton and Jelly Roll attack the security guards who are supposed to be the baby faces. Why are the baby faces attacking security guards? I mean, Jelly Roll hit a choke slam on one of the security guards. That was cute, I guess. But, I do not care not one bit about this whole thing. But what did you guys think?
All right, I'm going to keep it brief, and everybody keep it under a minute because we are running out of time for editing's sake. But as far as concerned, look, like I said, I'm excited to see this match just because I want to see the work Jelly Roll put in. I think he takes it seriously enough to where I'm not insulted by him being there. That being said, the security, I don't believe came out just because Jelly Roll's being a madman. I think security came out because they've attacked and jumped Jelly Roll twice now. And I think that the SmackDown general manager's like, you can't go around putting celebrity guests in the hospital. Save it for the match where it's a sanctioned exhibition. That being said, as far as the refs getting attacked, that's been a thing for years. Snug, honest, I'll have to disagree with you on that because Randy has always attacked refs, babyface or heel. It's actually kind of a thing he does now. Like if you are a security guard in the ring with Randy at this point in your career, you're getting RKO'd. Period.
Question. If the security guards were there to help Jelly Roll to protect him from the big bad evil Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, why the fuck is Jelly Roll choke slamming them?
Because Randy RKO'd first. So it's like, oh, well, okay, well, I guess when in Rome, do as the Romans do. What are you going to do? Either way, the third guy's getting choke slammed or he's getting RKO'd. It's happening. So who do you want to get it from? Because Randy started this shit. Jelly's just finishing it. You think Randy's going to let him saunter out of the ring? He's going to be like, no, get over here and sell for me.
Yeah, Snug, do you not know who Randy Orton is? He will attack. Y'all might not remember this. If I am a ref, I am going to be like Matt Riddle. Remember when Matt Riddle jumped out of hopped over the top rope? I'm going to be like Matt Riddle right there. I'm out of there. If Randy is starting to RKO people, I'm out.
All right, here's my main thing. Logan Paul, you motherfucking hypocrite. You are over here saying, I'm tired of these outsiders coming in. Yeah. They come in, they get hyped with everybody else. Logan Paul, you did the same motherfucking thing, so shut the fuck up. You're over here, used to be a YouTube vlogger coming in to the WWE, and now you're criticizing Jelly Roll for doing the same damn thing? Shut the hell up, dude. No.
The only thing I hated about this is that Logan said that shit, but Drew let it slide. And it's out of character for Drew to let someone disrespect wrestling because that's what his whole crux is. That he's all about getting the hypocrites out of wrestling and he's working with one. So character-wise, that didn't line up and that made absolutely no sense to me at all. And I think that ruined the segment more than the security shit because it's not in continuity. But guys, as far as it's concerned,
Plug time.
yeah. So as far as it's concerned, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Snug Wrestling. Thanks for kicking it with us here tonight. We appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Don't forget, we are live every Monday and Friday night after Raw and SmackDown go off the air on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We break down the shows in real time with live reviews as well if you like reaction content as the shows are happening on all socials. And all of Snug Wrestling's takes by Edgar himself every Thursday night, by the way, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Join myself and Edgar, the leader of Snug Wrestling, live on TikTok for our weekly one-on-ones where we dive into random wrestling topics and answer your questions live on stream. And you can follow Snug Wrestling on all social media platforms and make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, and mark your calendars because we got a great surprise for everybody. August 12th, we have got professional wrestler Chris Steeler joining us for an exclusive interview. He has worked with AEW and NWA, just to name a few big name promotions. He's kind of a big deal. He's a great guy. You'll be getting that interview on August 12th. And on August 14th, yours truly, myself, will be interviewing independent professional wrestler Dwayne Cashman, one of the rising stars on the indie scenes, and he's going to share his story with us. So until next time, stay safe, stay savage, and stay snug. And tomorrow night, after night 1 of SummerSlam, we will be doing a review as well after the show. So 4 letters, 1 word.
One word.